Hi, my name's Ian Gallagher and welcome to another one of these legal writing tutorials, this one on why legal writing is important. Now, there are many answers to that question. Everybody thinks that what they do is the most important thing in the world, so since I teach legal writing, I suppose it's only understandable that I should say that legal writing is incredibly important to you. I think there are other and better reasons why legal writing is important to you, and that's what we'll be talking about today. Some practitioners, some legal writing teachers, some other teachers in law school will tell you that legal writing is by far the most important thing you can study in law school. And I hope I would be forgiven if you would think that I would be one of the people who would say that. But in fact, I'm not. I think that it's a mistake to think that legal writing is the most important thing you study in law school. I think the law is the most important thing. Now, in law school, we divide things up really into two. We divide them up into many different ways, but one of the ways we divide things up is into two areas. We talk about doctrine and we talk about skills. The doctrinal classes are torts, contracts, property, all of those substantive law classes where you learn one area of the law. The skills classes are classes like legal research and writing, clinic, trial advocacy, all of those things where you talk about practical things, things that lawyers do on a day-to-day basis. It's a mistake to think that doctrine is not crucially important. Skills, of course, have their place, and every lawyer has to be good at being a lawyer. But in order to become a lawyer, you have to get through law school and you have to pass the bar, and those things are almost exclusively doctrinally based. So of course you have to learn torts, you have to learn contracts, and it would be foolish to think that those are not the most important things you're doing in law school. Moreover, you have to understand how the law itself works, not just on an individual doctrinal area like torts or contracts, but how the whole picture gets put together, how the law operates in society. That's crucially important, and law school helps you work with that as you get through law school. So I think skills are important, I think skills are very important, but they're not the most important thing you can learn. But it's also true to say that while doctrine is very important, not all doctrine is important all the time to you as a practicing lawyer. Once you take the bar, and certainly on the bar that's true, doctrine is vital. But once you take the bar, you'll be a prosecutor, or you'll be a defense lawyer, or you'll be a civil litigator, or you'll be a trusts and estates lawyer, or a bankruptcy lawyer. And some of those other areas might be less important to you. If you're a trusts and estates lawyer, for instance, criminal law likely won't be so important. You might have some clients who have issues that relate to criminal law, but likely then they'll hire a specialist in the criminal area to work with them on those, and you'll stick to the trusts and estate aspect of their work. If you're a civil litigator, certainly it's true that sometimes criminal areas come up, and sometimes bankruptcy comes up, sometimes trusts and estates come up. But usually when those issues do come up and become very important to you as a civil litigator, you'll find other lawyers who work in those areas to help you work through those issues. So you tend to specialize in one, maybe two, occasionally three areas of the law, and the other doctrinal areas tend to adopt a much less important position in your day-to-day life. But for all lawyers, all the time, legal writing is important. All lawyers communicate in writing, and they do it every day. Regardless of whether you're a trust and estates lawyer, a bankruptcy lawyer, a criminal defense lawyer, a prosecutor, anything you can name in the law, you'll be writing. You'll be writing to other lawyers, you'll be writing to judges, you'll be writing to clients, you'll be writing to non-clients. You'll be writing to any number of people, and you'll be expected to write effectively, efficiently, and persuasively. Even if you're writing non-persuasive documents, even if you're writing analysis memos internally in a law firm, you'll be expected to be persuasive about the fact that you know what the law is and here's what the court is likely to decide. Lawyers write a huge amount. In fact, someone has calculated that an average lawyer, and I have no idea what an average lawyer is, but these things are always calculated in terms of average people. The average lawyer writes as much during the course of a year as the average fiction writer. In fact, it wouldn't be wrong to call lawyers professional writers. We used to be professional speakers. The image of the lawyer was of the person who would stand up in a tribunal or in a court or in some assembly or other and speak and would explain his or her client's position in speech. Hardly any lawyer stands up and talks anymore. We do talk from time to time, and not just litigators. We talk at board meetings, we talk to committees, we talk to clients, we talk. But by far more of our communication is done these days in writing. And all of the things you learn in LCR, in your first semester, in your second semester, in the third semester of LCR, which you'll have sometime in your second year, all of those things translate directly into a lawyer's day-to-day practice. Now, you won't be writing appellate briefs every day. In fact, very few lawyers write appellate briefs these days. But the skills you learn that will help you write a good appellate brief in LCR2 will translate directly into the skills you need regardless of the area of practice you go into. Writing is something that lawyers do every day, all day. So I hope you understand that even though we have a litigation focus in LCR, that we tend to focus on the things that litigators do, we're not trying to prepare you to be litigators. We're using a litigation model to help teach you basic concepts of communication in writing that you'll be able to translate to any area of practice. And the better you do in LCR in your first year, in your first semester, in the second semester, and in your third semester of LCR, the better prepared you'll be to be a practicing lawyer no matter what area of law you go into. Well, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope this explained a little bit about why legal writing is so important to you. And I hope these other video tutorials are helpful to you as well. Thank you.